Most of us think of relaxation as the action of inaction. It probably looks like laying on the couch, binge watching a show on Netflix that you've already seen before, and intermittently checking social media every few minutes. But this is all wrong. We need to ask ourselves, why are we relaxing? What is the actual point of relaxation? If the entire purpose of relaxation is to simply not work, well, you can pretty much do whatever you like and goal accomplished. What if I told you there are relaxation methods out there that not only relieve stress while not working, but also improves brain function and memory, gives you more energy capacity, helps you avoid depression and anxiety, grants you increased longevity to your lifespan, all while still giving you that feeling of decompression and tranquility. I want relaxation to make my work easier moving forward and to help me feel more fulfilled in my life. And the first step to do that is to have a plan. Nowadays, relaxing seems to be the exact opposite. People don't want to make a plan on their day off, and understandably so. But many people will waste precious time off because they don't know what to do. They will be 3 movies in through the day only to find out that it's already dinner time, and they just remembered they had a ton of errands they had to do. The easiest way to combat that time trap is to make a to-do list. Simply list the things you want to accomplish on that day off of work. If you have errands that need to be ran, write them down. Does the house need to be cleaned? Do you have a towering pile of laundry that needs to be washed? Do you need to make a trip to the grocery store? Make a list of all those pesky errands you need to do and compress them to a single block of time. Studies tell us that doing these errands in the morning hours make these tasks a lot more bearable. If you're like me, it's only a more difficult ask to do those errands as my day goes by, so it's best to just get it done early. But don't just write down errands you need to do. Write down all the activities you want to engage in throughout your day as well. What activities are best for relaxation? Stay tuned for that. Before we get into what exact activities are best, it's vital to understand how to conduct those activities. In my opinion, the most important thing you can do on a day off is to disconnect. That is to stay off your phone and try to look at screens as little as possible. Have you ever had a day off, or maybe multiple in a row, and then you get back to work and you don't feel restored at all? Screen time is most likely to blame. With phones, computers, smartwatches, and any other device, the boundaries between personal time and work time have blurred together. So it is vital when you are relaxing to unplug. No work emails, no messages from coworkers, no communication with work at all. However, it goes beyond work. Scrolling through social media, which most of us do throughout our day, can be detrimental to relaxation days. I've talked about the ideas of low effort and high effort dopamine activities in this video here, so you can watch it after this if you'd like. But the main idea is that your mind is being tricked as you infinitely scroll through social media. You get hits of dopamine every time you see something new, but your brain's actually never fully satisfied. Your brain will be convinced that there will be something better to come, and you should keep pursuing what you're doing until we reach that gratification that will never actually arrive. But more importantly, when it comes to relaxation, social media has a huge effect on time dilation. This is why it's so easy to get on TikTok and what feels like 5 minutes actually was an hour of wasted time. Don't you want your relaxation days to feel as fulfilling as possible? If you want to slow things down on your day off, learn or do something new. Go hiking like you said you wanted to, or try a different coffee shop, or learn a song on guitar. The feeling of novelty gives the brain a massive rush of dopamine, unlike the one you feel on social media. This kind of high effort dopamine gives you real physiological benefits. Brain function and memory increase, anxiety and depression also get reduced. Novelty is so important to well-being that researchers have identified neophilia as a predictor to longevity. That is, people who actively seek out new experiences live healthier, happier lives. Now I know what you're thinking. It's my day off and I'm exhausted. Why would I try to walk to the top of a mountain or sit down and try to learn French? I completely understand where you're coming from. However, it's best not to think of energy as a limited resource that needs to be conserved while relaxing. For instance, if you do decide to go on that hike, not only will it strengthen muscles in your body, but it'll actually stimulate endorphins that actually boost mood and energy levels. And I'm not saying you have to hike 20 miles in a day. It can be as simple as a walk in the park, but the fundamental principle here is to use energy to get energy. If you woke up and stayed in bed looking at your phone until noon versus going on an easy hike, I promise you, you'd feel better and have more energy throughout your day if you went on the hike. I also realize I'm talking a lot about hiking specifically here, but this actually applies to mental activities as well. Watching a movie you've seen a dozen times versus doing a puzzle or trying to learn piano The long-term benefits lie in novelty. But it's not all just about you. You finally have a day off, and you can recoup doing what you love all day, and that's perfectly fine. However, a fantastic way to use some of that day is to volunteer your time. Now, I can feel the eyes rolling already. Why would I use my time off to give more of myself when I can just focus on me? A valid concern, but volunteering actually holds incredible benefits, not just for the community, but for you that you actually can't achieve on your own. First off, being around people that you care about releases oxytocin in the brain. And you may not feel like seeing a single soul on your day off, but if you're around the right people, socialization can help counteract the effects of stress, anger, and anxiety. And when it comes to volunteering your time, there have been incredible benefits studied in the brain and body. There is something that is called the helper's high. It consists of positive emotions following selfless service to others. I'm sure you felt this before, and remember back to those times and how good it felt to help a family member or a friend or a stranger that was in need. Well, with volunteering, you can now schedule that feeling in your day. It gives you a sense of purpose, and if it's physically demanding, well, that also ticks off the box of doing a novel activity in your day, so two birds, one stone, right? You can look up local volunteering opportunities around you and find one that resonates with you. But it's also important to say that it doesn't have to be an organization that you have to volunteer your time to. Maybe a friend needs help moving houses, or a family member needs help decorating a room. The same benefits will still follow those selfless acts. It's time to reorient how we think of relaxation. Being on your phone for 8 hours a day is not relaxation, that's killing time. I mean, I would prefer you just sleep in that time because you would at least be helping your body in some way. Do something you're passionate or curious about. Have the time off be an adventure, or just something to remember so that when you get back to work, you feel driven and ready to get back to it. Speaking of work, we haven't talked about the days that you're not off. If you want to learn how to optimize that time and be as productive as possible, click this video right here, and until next time.